Hey, to anyone out there watching, this is Nate. Gonna play some Katamari Damacy. This isn't gonna be a series, I don't think. I just love playing it because I actually hadn't played a Katamari game since 2 weeks ago, to where I realized I had never played a Katamari game. I'd only seen pictures of the prince and the king. I actually hadn't seen what the queen looked like. To anyone who knows about this game, and of course, this is the third one I played. I got really into the series because I went to one of my favorite local game stores, and I was asking, like, hey, do you guys have any Katamari games? And they said, yeah, we have Me and My Katamari on the PSP, and that's all they had. And then I went online and looked around and was like, well, these games aren't particularly rare. They're just not very... I guess you don't find them very much in stores. I don't know. I live in a somewhat small town, so I don't know if they are rare. All I know is I got this game for 20 bucks. I actually just got a copy of Katamari Forever because I heard that was the best. The next one, other than We Love Katamari, the other one on the PS2. And this was, I have to say that out of all the games I've played so far, which is just 3, because I haven't, my copy of Katamari Forever that came in the mail, came, plastic wrapped, factory sealed, just like Damacy did when it got here, so it was, that's pretty cool, because I usually haven't bought a lot of new games on, I don't have experience buying new games online, especially on Amazon. Right now, I got these 2 off Amazon Prime, and it's not. Of course, this isn't not advertising, but Amazon Prime is awesome because I got it here in like 2 days, and I'm a very impatient person, so that helps. That also helps. But yeah, I played Me and My Katamari first. And then I got so into it that I was like, oh, I gotta play the next one. I was like, what one can I play right now? And I didn't think about getting this one, because I know you can get it on the PlayStation Network for the PS3, and I have a PS3. But I was like, oh, I don't wanna have the one on the PS3. I wanna get the hard copy. And I went on looking around, and there's no hard copies in any stores that I'd seen around, so... what's he talking about? Okay, I just gotta go. Sorry, I get so into this game. Let's see if okay, I got the controls down. Shit, I'm not on. I've been playing a lot of the Katamari on the Vita, and that one I looked up which ones are the best, and this one was this one was the first. And I was like, oh cool, first one's the best, great. But I looked up that the worst one was actually, other than the ones on Android and iOS, the worst one was the one on the Vita. I was like, should I buy it? Should I even bother with it? And I thought, yes, I gotta try it. And it's not great. Even though I've only played 3 games, being the one on the PS2, which is this one, the one on the PSP and the one on the Vita. This one is probably my second favorite. Not to be biased, because Me and My Katamari on the PSP was my first, but that it manages to do it. Like, the PSP got a lot going for it. That a lot of times is like, if you don't have a PSP, go get a PSP. Like, you can do so much with it. Like, if you want to hack it, you can, like I did with mine. It's just I don't know, it depends on what you want to do with your morals or whatever. If you want to try to get free games, and I know the games that I got on the PSP for free that I emulated, I've all bought them in hard copy mode, or at least a fair 80% of them I have downloaded in hard copy, or I have bought or downloaded. So it's like, I spent money on this already. But yeah. So picked up this game on Amazon, and so far I really like it. And I said before, this isn't going to be a series. I'm already somewhere in this game. From my experience, I've already beaten Katamari on the Vita and me and my Katamari on the PSP. And I've only had them for like 2 weeks. They're not very long games. I know a lot of criticism from this game, comes from the fact that they haven't really introduced anything new. And while I can't remember the name of the guy who made the game, he said that for whatever video I watched, I think it was what's it called? Wherever you're going to get information, Did You Know Gaming, said that, or I'm not sure where they got the info, but he said that the designer of this game, the maker, the creator, didn't want there to be any sequels because he was afraid that it would be too derivative, and that's exactly what they did, and that's what a lot of people's problem is with the game, is because all the sequels are the same. Like with me, I'm not expecting anything else from this game. I expect it to be this. Like if they did anything different, like I know I've been playing a lot of the Tap My Katamari on like Android on the Play Store. It is not like this at all, and that's disappointing. And it's still it's called an idle clicker game, so you can't really expect much from it. But I've been having fun with it. But in terms of them changing the general like. No, it's just changing the format of the game. If they did that, it wouldn't bode well. Like, it already doesn't bode well already. Like, I know they changed a lot of stuff dealing in I'll just say the name. It's called Touch My Katamari on the Vita. And while, well, I wouldn't say the things that they changed in that game was what made it fun, is what made it not fun in comparison to this one or the one on the PSP was the fact that it was so difficult. Like if anyone does end up watching this in the future, I know I've said this in like almost all the videos I've made so far, aren't that many, but still, that there's like 12 subscribers and half of them are my friends. That if anyone ends up watching this, if you've played Touch My Katamari on the Vita, like, what? I mean, do you think it's fun? I thought it was fun. I just thought it was insanely hard. Like, I had to. The way that I play this game is I'm not even. Like, I don't know if I'm doing well. I'm just kind of dicking around. Trying to. Yeah, like, I'm not doing that well right now in terms of, like, oh, I gotta. There usually is a general set path that they have you follow to get you started. Especially on, like, well, I don't know. On all of them that I played so far, there's a path to get you started in the game, so you don't, so you're not super tiny, and they don't just put you in a spot where there's a bunch of big things. They make it so you can pick up a bunch of small things along the way, which is really cool, actually. They watched the Did You Know Gaming that said that the level design seemed really simple. They seem like it's kind of. Just the way that everything looks is kind of reminiscent of like the Onett stage of Earthbound on Smash Bros. Just because of just like everything is simple, simplistic, everything is just charming looking. At least that's what I think. God dang it, I get stuck. It's easy to get stuck in this game, somewhat. Get your bitch. Spin him, but I can't pick up bushes yet. But like, yeah, I'm almost already to the goal, and there's still like a lot of time left, and I haven't even explored all the map yet. I didn't know I could go through that door. But yeah, what made Katamari on the Vita so irritating was because this is like I'm having fun. Like this is just even if it sounds like I'm just bored out of my mind, it's 'cause I'm not bored. I'm just really tired. This game is fun because it's easy. I mean. A lot of people these days play games because they gotta be challenging, they gotta be a new thing constantly all the time because we gotta experience new things all the time. While this is a new thing for me because I hadn't played it since last 2 weeks ago, does it have to be hard? I didn't expect it to be hard because I played, like, in comparison, this is the first game. I don't know what they were thinking when they did it. Not in terms of a criticism, but I don't know like what they were thinking. Like, is this going to be too easy? Is this going to be too hard? It was more probably like a test run. And they did a really good job. Like, I love this game. Well, I mean, it's sort of that debate when you think of like, oh man, I wish I had played this game sooner. I wish I had known about it sooner so I could be playing more of the games. Like, do I wish I knew about this sooner? No. I mean, I'm glad that I waited because I had experienced a lot of other different games up until this point, and having this sort of be like, apart from like I've been playing Breath of the Wild and stuff like that and a lot of newer games, but since this is old, I have to check the box. I don't know when this came out, but and I know based on the box for Katamari Forever that I got in the mail, that at least Katamari Forever is a launch title for the PS3, so I know the Katamari games are a teeny bit older. I don't know about Katamari on the PSP. I think on the Vita it was relatively newer. Oh, come on, give me the 3 meters already. Pick up that dude. Yeah. Let's go pick up stuff. Oh. Alright, the king does different things in all the games. Like when you get to the size that you need to get to, sometimes he transports you. I know he transports you a lot in Me and My Katamari, but yeah, I might be biased, and I'm completely open to that. That I feel Katamari is more of a handheld game. Even though there are only 2 like really playable handheld titles, being on the PSP and the Vita. But I think it's more handheld. Like, it seems like something you can just pick up and go along the way. I know there are a lot of console games like that, including this one, but I think it definitely fits more along those lines of being able to pick it up wherever you are. So playing it on the TV is kind of weird. Like, I know I've only played... I know this game's revolving around star signs. While the other, like, Me and My Katamari... Oh, god damn. Why can't I get up there? Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on up here. I'm an idiot. Come on. No, sorry, I mean, I kind of... When I started making it, like, when I want... I'm rambling, but I kind of want this channel to be funny, and I'm not a funny person, so it's probably not going to be funny, so get ready for a lot of long talks about random crap having to do with video games. Maybe that's that's one thing I discovered about this game, playing on the Vita version of Katamari, that the police officers will shoot at you if you get too close to them. But yeah. If you haven't tried any of these games, try them. Even if you're just the quote typical gamer, try them out. Like, this is an experience. I love this game. The only thing I can critique, I know one thing that's bigger in the games later on in the series, I know because this is the first one, they didn't know where they were going with it yet, are the cousins that you can get. Oh, here, let me go to let's get this. He's gonna turn it into a star. Pew. Oh, a new story.
Oh, I see it. I see the rocket.
I see the rocket.
Hey, Michiro, that's where Dad is.
Dad's going to space.
We'll be seeing your father soon, children.
That mom is very, very... Ugh. Just whispers in your ear. We'll be seeing your father very soon, children. God, that's so creepy and weird. Oh, but yeah, the cousins. This is one of my favorite parts of the series. given that you can choose cousins. But in this game, in the first one, Damacy, you can only choose them for multiplayer, and multiplayer is really limited, but it's still cool. But I know in Me and My Katamari and Touch My Katamari on the Vita and the PSP, not respectively, I mixed those up. You can play as the different cousins, and I always thought that was really cool. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly how long that. Oh yeah, that was 10 minutes. Jeez, I've been playing this. I know they really give you a long amount of time to get the requirement in this game. As I know, the Vita version of Katamari is extremely hard. Like you get not nearly enough time to do anything. Oh gee, I guess that was the sort of gateway level. I can make a bunch of different constellations now. But yeah, let me wrap this up by saying that this game revolves around constellations and making things like Corona Borealis, Ursa Major. I made Cancer, Gemini, and Pisces. And Me and My Katamari revolves around making islands for animals, and Touch My Katamari is about making more stars, or making planets, but it's really weird on the Vita. If you haven't played it and you own a Vita, like I know the Vita's dead, considering that PlayStation isn't making games for it anymore, but play it. It's cheap, $15. You can get it probably cheaper somewhere if you find it at a local game store, maybe. I know it's like $70 on Amazon, God knows why. But yeah, check it out. And I'll be playing this again soon, probably right after this, since I want to keep going with these episodes. So whoever's out there, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later.